Okay, so now we need to work on the hinges and the door handle. And I think what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to use, I want them to be brass. I think brass, some sort of brass would look good, or copper would look good against the color that I currently have. So let's see if there's like a copper something in here. There's bronze. It's bronze armor copper. Let's see how this looks. That looks okay. I think what I want to do is maybe make it a little darker. Maybe something like that. Maybe a little lighter. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. Do we want flakes on it? Maybe not so much. We want a sort of a little bit of a, weathered look to it, but not too much. Surface bumps is what we have in here. Kind of mess with these a little. I'm mainly just seeing what they do. I think, I don't think we really need to mess with those all that much. This should be like the dirt and stuff. Yeah, make it a little dirty. Maybe not that dirty. Maybe something like that. Let's move over to the light. That's too much. Too much. Contrast. Only just a little bit. Maybe something like that. And then I'll add my own little dirt effect to it. But the first thing I would like to do is I want to add screws. So how I'm gonna do that is I'm going to add another fill layer, a black mask, and paint. And I want to find, let's go to alphas, something like that. And scale the size down. Maybe rotate it so it's not. And then we want height. We don't need color. I'm going to put this as 0.05 to start. Let's see. Let's bring it down. So for some reason it's coming out blurry. It's 0.02 maybe. Let's see how that looks. No, it needs to be higher. A little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's decent. Let's see if there's maybe a way to clean it up. Maybe if we turn the flow up all the way. No, it didn't really help, did it? I mean, from a distance, it kind of looks like a screw, stripped out screw, I guess. All right, let's see here. Maybe there's a way we can. What is that going to do for us? Nah. All right, I think. Let's go here. What if we set tiling to? I don't think it's going to have any effect on it, but I think. What if we? Let's add some roughness. Maybe that's metallic. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Adding those two things seem to help. Maybe we can adjust it a little bit just to kind of 0.03. What's that going to look like? No, I think 0.04 is where I want to be. Maybe not. Let's try 0.035. Nah, 0.03. Yeah, that looks fine. We'll add another one. We're going to rotate it though, just to. So it's not exactly the same. And we'll do the same down here. There, I think that's going to look good. I guess I could put like a thin circle sort of around the edges, just to kind of give it a little bit of like the illusion of depth. Let's see if I can come up with something for that. Like just coffee circle is probably going to be. Now what I need to do is I need to add this into another fill layer, I think. So we'll call this one hinge screws. Now we'll just call it screws. Yeah, we'll just do that. And perhaps we will make him maybe like a darker bronze color. Nah, we're not going to do that. And then we'll add another fill. Let's call it screw outline for a second. Till we come up with a better name. And then we will do a paint. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try it. For the height, let's try putting the height down to like 0.01. And for the color, we'll just do something really dark. And scale it up just a tad. Maybe a tad bit more. Get a better view on it. Let's put our flow to 100%. Yeah, I guess that did something. What if we increase the, negative 0.01? There we go. That's more along the lines of what we wanted, I think. Let's do this one. We put this to like 0.02. That'd give them a little bit more of a, like an inset look. I think that might be a little too much. Let's do 0.15. Let's maybe turn this up to a little bit less of a black and more of like a grayish color. Roughness. See if the roughness will do anything. We're not really getting any of the color, it doesn't look like. Metallic. Nah. Turn the height off. It actually what if we multiply? I think I want to apply that to this, right? Maybe not. I don't think it actually applies it to. I think that's probably fine. I guess we could try and find like a better circle to use. Nah, nah, I think this looks. I think it looks fine. It's sort of giving me the effect that I want. Let's make sure we still have everything. Yeah, we want that. Yeah, kind of like that little ring. I like that. Down just a little bit. Stamp that on there. Now I do have everything only set to 2K, so let's set it all to 4K and see how everything looks. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking this too. I think that looks decent. Okay, so for the handles here, I want to have screws in each of the four corners, but obviously they have to be smaller than what I used for the, I don't know, like that, a little bit. Mm. And we're just going to do all four of these corners. Try and make them as even as I can. So I want to try something real quick. I want to try turning that on. Yeah, no, it doesn't exactly work, does it? What if I no, doesn't seem. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So at least I'm not able to get it to work. That's okay. Yeah, and I think that looks decent. Let's see if we can do our little outline deal. Yeah, it's looking okay. All right, well, we got the hardware done. I don't think it looks too bad. I think this looks fairly decent. Tell me what you guys think. I suppose now we could probably add some like dust and stuff. We'll group these and we'll do um, metal hardware, I guess. And then what we will do is we'll add a little fill layer, add a black mask, add fill, maybe some dust. Now let's try, let's remove that. And let's try a smart mask because I know there's a dust smart mask. Don't really want a lot. Just something to sort of dirty it up. Make it look a little bit dusty. Eh, I think I'm gonna clear this and just do a regular old black mask with a fill layer. Do something like, I don't know, something like that. Turn the balance down a little bit. For the color, we'll do like a something like that. And we want roughness. We'll turn the roughness up. Contrast. We'll turn the contrast up just a little bit. Turn the tiling up just a little bit. Maybe even turn it down just a little bit. This was grunge, dust, spread. We'll add another one. Fill layer. Maybe some scratches. Maybe something like that. Turn the balance down. Turn the contrast up. Turn the scratches intensity down. Maybe we'll make this like a darker color. Let's turn roughness on. Increase the roughness. Yeah, just something to make it look a little bit dirtier. A little bit more worn out, dirty. Yeah, I think all right. I do want to add a little bit more. I think we could do more to this. So I'll add another. This is roughness. Just not color, kind of a I don't know, darkish brown. Black mask. Fill layer. Let's go dirt. Let's see what we have in dirt. Hmm. I mean, that kind of makes it look a little dirty. A little more worn out. Dirt scratchy. Let's try and change these scratches. So let's see if we can get I don't think we're going to get really good scratches with it being. Let's change the tiling to like 2. See what that does for us. Turn the balance up a little bit. Turn the dust, sharpening up. And I think that would be good. I don't really like. Ugh. Let's try some different blending techniques. See if turn it down just a tad. Yeah. All right. I think that's good for the like dirtiness of those. One thing I did want to do, so we'll go here and we'll group these in a folder called dirt/scratches. As I do want to add a filter. I want to see, ew, man, maybe not. It kind of turns them into like rivets. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe there's another filter we can use. Maybe the blur slope, and we'll set this to like 100. Maybe if we remove this and do it on the outline, maybe it'll make the outline look a little bit better. 0.04. I mean, I guess it kind of does. 0.05. 0.08. I like that. But if we come over here, kind of makes it non-existent on these ones. I think that's great for these, but not for these. Let's try a fuller slope on that. And we'll set it to 100 min. And just a little bit. A little bit of a blur. Just to set this to 10. Yeah, I think that probably looks a little better. They still have it. They're just so small that I don't know if there's anything I could do to make those really look super good. All right, I think we're done with the metal hardware. I think that looks pretty good. I might come back and tweak it a little bit, but yeah, I think for what it is, it's good. Let's go back to the wood, and let's add a fill layer. We're gonna add some dirt, so we'll do that. Kind of lighten it up a little bit. We'll add a black mask. We will add a fill layer to that, and dirt. Actually, let's do that. Let's use the, let's try using the dirt generator. Roughness, turn the roughness up. We turn this up just a little bit, just so we could see what it's doing. And then we can turn the coloring back down. So it's adding a lot there. We don't really want a whole lot. We just want a little bit of dust. Just a little bit. Doesn't look like it's really adding. Looks like it's primarily adding it down here, huh? Thickness, maybe a little bit there. All right, what's this fill layer doing? Absolutely nothing. So let's just get rid of that. And so we got balance. Let's maybe increase the, and try a random seed. I mean, I guess that just adds a little bit of something to it. Um, let's fiddle with these a little bit. I don't really like that. We just want to do like a thin layer of dust. Something like that. Call it dust one. Maybe even turn it down a little bit. We're going to change the color to more of like a grayish color. Turn it down just a tad. Darken it a little bit. Increase the blur, the global contrast. Color kind of makes it hard to see, so let's turn it up to something like that. Yeah, that's fine. That works. And so we will add, let's try dirt edges. And we'll do same thing. Start off with like a similar color to that, maybe lighten it and then bring it down something like that. Turn the, you don't need metallic or that. Roughness, I want to turn that up. We'll go into here. I guess we don't really need the micro details, huh? Contrast. I got the balance. Do something like that, maybe. I know it's hard to really see it, but you can kind of see it around the edges. It's kind of adding some dust around the edges. Turn the blur up a little bit. Turn the global balance down a little bit. Maybe change the color. I don't want height. Make the color a little darker. I don't know, dust is kind of light, isn't it? We'll make it something like that. I think something like that probably is fine. Or maybe not. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, so let's darken it a little bit. Then we'll come back up to this one. Let's see what happens when we kind of move the light around. Yeah, I think it looks fine. Just adds a little bit of something else to it. I do need to change this grain. I'll worry about that later. Another fill layer. We're just going to do a little bit of dirt. Let's try the dirt cavities. Yeah, I like that. We'll go to this, sharpness, intensity. Level, bring it down. Contrast, yeah, bring contrast. The grunge, bring the grunge down. I just want something around the edges, you know. Scratches, a scatter, that could be cool, little effect, maybe. Scratches, maybe not too many scratches. Um, hmm. I'm just kind of messing with this now. Let me turn triplanar off. I think that, kind of like the triplanar on. I kind of want to turn the sharpening down a little bit. It doesn't actually look like sharpening does anything. Size variation, opacity. See, I want to soften it. I think it's too rough. So that would be contrast. Contrast doesn't seem to want to really do much. So let's maybe go something like that. Let's change the color. Once again, we'll start with sort of base color and we'll bring it up. Maybe add a little bit to it. Maybe darken it a little bit. I don't know if I'm liking this mask. Yeah, I don't really like that. So what one? Can't remember what this was, the um, dust. Edges, right? Okay, so let's add another one. So we tried the dirt cavities. Well, let's try. What's this one look like? No, I don't like that. No, that one could be. That one could work. Mainly just want to get something in the corners back there. That'll be fine. Roughness, turn the roughness up. For color, start with something like that. Maybe that. Like a darkish brownish red color. Let's see. It's dust. It's like a dust color. Darkened it a little bit. Something like that, perhaps. I know it's hard to tell. Maybe if we change the HDR, maybe that'd help us kind of see it a little better. Not really, huh? I want it to be fairly noticeable, just to add a little bit of something in there. Yeah, something like that. I think that's fine. All right, let's add what black mask was this? Dusk. Okay. Let's change this back to what it was. I think that's what it was anyway. And we will add all of these to a folder. And we'll call it dust. And then we'll add these to a folder and we'll call it engraving designs. And what I think the last one I'll do is maybe we'll just go with a regular mask. Go roughness, black mask, fill. Maybe we'll do like a grunge. Let's see. Like something like that. But we'll tone it down. Turn contrast up. Turn it down quite a bit. Keep the brush pattern. Turn scaling up. And then for the color, turn roughness up. And then for the color, we'll go with same deal. We're going to use that as the base. And kind of tone it down a little bit. Just really doesn't look like it adds a whole lot, but yeah, I think we're probably good. I think this is going to be the bookshelf. I think I'm happy with it. I don't even think I need that. I mean, it adds little spots here and there, but I think I'm just going to delete it. And we're going to call this the bookshelf. And I may come back in and sort of do some modifications to it, but I'm liking what this turned out to be. I'll probably do an export into Unreal Engine 5 and show that to you guys, but this video has gone on long enough. So yeah, this is the bookshelf from start to finish.